Oh, excuse me. I was just enjoying a fresh horn of mead. What? This? The bracer? Oh, why, thank you very much, laddie. You say you'd like to be able to make one just like it? My friends at Legendary Costume Works are going to show you how to get into a bit of leather work with just some things you've got laying around the house. So stick around.
Well, thank you for that glowing introduction, Ragnar. And, what? Oh, sorry. I offended somebody. This is the real Ragnar, right here. Ragnar Padfoot. So I guess we'll have to find another name for our Viking friend. Here you go. Good boy. My name is Brayton, and I'm from Legendary Costume Works. And welcome to this episode of On Hand Leathercraft. Many of you have expressed a desire to get started in leathercraft, but you're intimidated by the cost of leather or the tools, how much they cost, what tools do you need, etc. But we're here to tell you that you can get started easier than you think. You can probably get started today with things you have laying around the house. And we're going to show you one way on this project today. So today's project is bracers. And here's the one that you saw at the beginning of the video. These are pre-cut, laser-etched bracers. This has the image of the Hammer of Thor on it. And I find that Norse artwork such as this, or like Celtic knotwork, these designs really lend themselves to getting creative with the colorization. And so how did we do this? Well, we're going to show you right now. Things just laying around the house. Markers. And no, these are not any kind of special leather markers or anything. In fact, this set of markers has been in our stash for about 20 years. So I'm really surprised that these worked at all. But yep, literally that's all I did was just took this leather. It's vegetable tan leather. This is in its natural state. It's just had this design laser etched on it. And we just colored it with markers. So let's get started. Okay, so we're almost there. I've got my Hammer of Thor all colored with my nothing special mark, just plain old markers that I had around the house. But how do we get this finish on this leather that I have? We did that with olive oil. Again, nothing special. I have it in the kitchen. Let's get started. So I'm just getting the oil in my hand and I'm just going to start rubbing it on. Oil's good for the leather, conditions it, softens it, and besides all that, for our purposes, it darkens it up nicely. So I'm just going to try to get it all worked in. It doesn't smear any of the pigment, and in fact, I think it actually kind of helps to seal it in, because I did a test on a piece of scrap. I was curious, one reason for putting a finish on leather after some kind of a sealer or something, is so that if you get it wet, it doesn't make your colors run. So I did a test on a piece of scrap because, of course, I didn't want to ruin the first bracer that I did, and I just went ahead and dripped a little bit of water across it, and it didn't pick the color up at all, didn't make it run, nothing. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my edges so that they're nice and dark too. And the thing about putting oil on the edges is it kind of helps to darken those up a little bit as well, which I kind of like that effect. There we go. And then again, I'll just take any excess that's on here and try to kind of even it out. See, I had a little dark spot there down here, a little bit heavier oil. I'll just kind of work it in. And as it has time to sit, it will even out. All right, so we'll wait a few minutes and see what happens. And there we have it, all finished. So this is the one we just did. Of course, it's a bit darker, but we just put the oil on. It's been sitting for about 20 minutes. This one was done yesterday, so I figured tomorrow the oil will have more of a chance to even out, and then they should match a lot better. You might notice the edges on this, on both of them actually, a little bit darker. That's from a heavier application of oil. I actually have a mind to go back in and add more oil in the negative areas to make it darker and kind of have like a halo effect around the Thor's hammer. The more oil that you apply, the darker it'll get. But there you have it. And again, this was done with nothing special, just some markers that we had laying around the house. No, not special markers, just plain old markers. If anyone is interested, while we're all busy social distancing at home, if you're interested in getting crafty, developing some new skills, diving into leathercraft, we have both plain and laser etched bracer kits that are available. You just click the link below if you'd like to find out more about that. And that does it for this episode of On Hand Leathercraft. And I'm Brayton saying thank you. And we'll see you next time from Legendary Costume Works.